Hi everybody, it's Kathy, and thanks for coming back to my channel. Today I'm going to call Fool Around Friday. I'm playing with a new idea on a journal with some tabs. Stick around if you would like to join me. And if you do, I'd appreciate you tickling that like button. I'd really appreciate you if you do that. Anyway, okie doke. I'm starting with this beautiful paper pad. It's Wonderland by Stamperia. These pads, as I think I said before, aren't cheap, but I just think they're beautiful, beautiful paper. Okay, so I'm starting with just a piece for the cover. And I scored it at 6 inches just to give me the center, and a quarter inch on each side. So that gave me a 1/2 inch little spine. Eventually I'm going to cover the cover in Mod Podge just to give it a little more stability. But let me show you what I've started with. I took some tea dyed paper to create my signature. I added just a few other little types of paper in here. And I think I have about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12 counting this, and 13 counting the tracing paper. So 13 pieces of paper. That'll give me 52 pages total. Then what I did is I took a piece of tea dyed paper and I cut some strips. And these strips, there's several of them, and let me give you some measurements on these, just so you know what I'm playing around with. I cut a strip that was about 1 inch, another strip that was 2 inches, another strip that was 3 inches, and another strip that was 4.5 inches. Then I cut these shorter pieces, 2 of them, one at 3.5, actually 3 of them, one at 3 and one at 5. So I cut these strips and I sewed them with a machine right onto a piece of my signature paper. And I sewed it 1/4 inch from the center of the signature. So it looks something like this. At 1/4 inch, here's the center of the signature. I line them up just like this. And I wanted to make sure I scored them also. I wanted to make sure I could easily turn them. What I plan to do is put some tags on them, some tabs, when I decorate them. And what I did is I sewed the signature down the center on my sewing machine. You don't have to use a sewing machine. You could use you could do it by hand. I am going to sew it into my signature by hand, but before I do that, I do want to cover it with Mod Podge to make it a little stronger. Oh, I have that here. How are you all doing this Friday? Hope you're doing well. Well, we just pour some of this in here. I think that'll work. And I just cover this whole shebang. And I want to do it before I sew it, before I sew my signature in. So when I poke the holes, it won't be quite so flimsy. And this paper, beautiful. Oh, I love their paper. But it is like $2 a sheet, or it's $20 for 10. Sometimes you can get it cheaper. You can get it for like 15, but for 10 double-sided sheets. So as I said, it's not cheap. But I love the quality. And this is the Wonderland. Okay, clean this up. I'm going to dry this. And now the inside. You know, I told you in a few videos ago that even though I was vaccinated, I got the breakthrough COVID. And I'm feeling fine now. Wasn't very pleasant at all, even though supposedly it was a mild case. I didn't end up in the hospital, but I still don't have my taste and smell back. So it's funny because I am an overweight person, and I like junk food. So if I'm eating junk food, or anything really, anything that I like, I say to myself, well, this is supposed to taste really good. But in actuality, I can't taste it at all, which is probably a really good thing, because I've definitely cut down on eating junk. So the only good thing to come out of COVID. Gosh. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to do some hole poking. Excuse me. For my spine. I can find my little pokey tool. Let's take this. Find the center. I'm going to do some clipping. And my cover is 9 inches high. My paper is regular size, 8.5 by 11, so I didn't have to mess with it. Make sure. Okay. So I'm going to do the pamphlet stitch. Go up here. In the center. And in the bottom. And get my needle ready to sew it. My thread. I use upholstery thread, embroidery thread. I use whatever I have on hand. down through the center. Up through the top. Down through the bottom. And back up through the top, through the center, sorry. On the other side. There we go. Make sure it's tight. And snip it. I might put a dangle so I don't want to snip it too short. Okay, I'm going to put something to cover that, but I can do that next. Okay, put all this away. I won't need this anymore. And okay. I'm not sure what kind of closure I'm going to use yet. But what I want to start with is this. First thing I'm going to do is I made a little template for the tabs. And I'm going to have a tab. I'm not going to have the tab on these. I'm going to have a tab on the items I'm putting in, I think. Do I want a tab here? Let's think about this. If I was to put something there, let me think. I'm going to make this a little smaller. This opens up, we find something there. This opens up, we find something. Guess I'm going to put it on these. So I need some paper for that. And what I did was I pulled some of the smaller pieces from here that I can make the tabs out of. Because they're kind of pretty. So that's what I will do. I'm going to cut out these 4. And I think I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tabs. So 4. me use these. And we can get a tab. We can get several tabs. So actually I'm going to save these because they're pretty to use for other things. I'm going to accordion fold this so I can cut it all at once. And I need two sides to it, which I almost forgot, with the fold at the top. So I won't be able to get as many from each paper. That's one. Two. That's going to be three. Four. Five, and I need two more. I can use this. Six. And that would be seven. Let me cut the tabs out. Making sure the top goes on the fold. Oh, I only cut one side in that. 1, 2, 3. Oh well, I'll have to do another. And one more. Just like this. Okie doke. Now what I want to do is I want to put some eyelets in the tabs, but I'm going to do that. I need to do that after I glue it. So let's see what we have here. Let me trim this off. Whoops, dropped one. Okay, we'll start up here. Yeah, I'll glue it on. Next. Right here. And another up here. And another over here. You know what I should have done? I should have inked those. Grrr. I can ink them on the top, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose you don't need to ink them underneath. And this is a vintage photo. Okay. Whoop. There goes my that was my inking tool into the garbage. Okay, we'll put this one here. think we'll put this one here. And this one will go, oops, here. Okay, I need to finish inking the tops of the first 4 before I put the eyelets in. Okay, now I'm going to add some eyelets, and we're going to use this color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm really putting them randomly. Some will have 2, some will have 3. First one will have 2. Put it there. And make sure these fit. Yep. And here. Oops. Hard to get to it because of the spine. Oh, that's because I'm trying to go there, dodo brain. There we go. And I think we'll put one here. It looks like I'm gonna have to put, it looks weird with having just one, so. Oop. Okay. And I think I'll just put one. I'm going to put it up near the top. And one, two, and I'm going to put one in this one right in the center. Need a few more. We'll put two in this one. Just like that. Try again. Okay. And one more over here. Let's see, I need some glue here. Okie doke. Alrighty. While we're here, let's see. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to add in tags and cards and envelopes in between the tags. And then I'll begin decorating. But I think the video's gone a little long, so I'm going to stop it now and I'll pick it up in part 2 to finish up the journal. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you all. I hope you learned something today. Take care. Bye.